Hey there. If you're running a service business, you've probably felt this pain. You're pouring good money into Google Ads, the clicks are coming in, but your phone is just silent. So today, we're going to dig into why those expensive clicks so often fail to turn into actual paying customers. Let's get right into it.
It's one of the most frustrating things. You feel like you're doing everything right. You're advertising online, you're getting people to your website, but that traffic just isn't translating into calls or leads or actual book jobs. It honestly feels like you're just writing a check to Google every month, and we're here to help you figure out why. The best way to picture this is to think of a bridge. Your Google ad, that's the entrance. A booked job with a paying customer, that's on the other side. Now, your ad is working. It's getting people onto the bridge. The problem is, somewhere along the way, that bridge is broken, and they turn back before they ever reach you.
So, where are these gaps in the bridge? What's really going on? Let's walk through that customer's journey step by step, from the moment they type something into Google to the exact second they decide not to call you, and we'll pinpoint exactly where things are going wrong. And what's really interesting here is that it's almost never one huge catastrophic failure. Instead, it's usually a series of small, kind of overlooked disconnects. Each one is like a little crack in the bridge. And when you add them all up, they make the journey feel impossible for a potential customer. Our job is to find those cracks. So, the very first crack in the bridge, it often shows up before anyone even lays eyes on your website. It all comes down to who your ad is attracting in the first place. Are you getting the right people, the serious shoppers, to the entrance? Or are you accidentally inviting a bunch of casual clickers who have absolutely no intention of crossing? And you can see some classic examples right here. Your ad budget is just getting drained by clicks that are never ever going to convert. I mean, think about it. You're paying for clicks from people looking for DIY tips, or folks who live 100 miles outside your service area, or even your competitors checking you out. Every single one of those clicks cost you money, but they were never going to become a customer. And what this all boils down to is this. If your ad targeting is off, you are literally paying to lead the wrong people to a bridge they don't even need to cross. This is the first and maybe the most fundamental break in that whole journey. You have to make sure you're getting in front of people who are ready to hire a pro, not just looking for free information. Okay, so let's say you do attract the right person. They need your service, they're in your area, and bam, they click your ad. Awesome. Well, the next major crack in the bridge is this huge disconnect between the promise you make in your ad and the reality of what they find on your website. This is what we call message mismatch. Your ad promises one thing, but your website seems to deliver something completely different. For instance, your ad might scream about a 15% off special offer, but when the user lands on your site, that offer is nowhere to be found. This instantly creates confusion, it breaks their trust, and it sends them right back to their Google search. So, back on our bridge, this mismatch is like a big sign halfway across that says, "Whoops, sorry, destination changed." The customer is confused. They're probably a little frustrated. They aren't going to keep walking into the unknown. They're going to turn around and find a different bridge. And that's your competitors. And finally, let's talk about the very end of the journey, your website itself. Because even if you attract the right person and your ad message is perfectly consistent, your website can still be the very reason the phone doesn't ring. This is the final and maybe the most critical section of that bridge. Just think of your website as your final 3-second sales pitch. That's all you get. When a potential customer lands there, is it immediately obvious what you do and how to contact you? Or is your phone number buried somewhere at the bottom? Does the site just look kind of old and unprofessional? These little things make a huge difference in whether a customer feels confident enough to pick up the phone and call you. And here's a number that tells you almost everything you need to know. If the average time people spend on your site after clicking an ad is less than 30 seconds, that is a huge red flag. It means they took one look, felt confused, or just unimpressed, and they bailed. The bridge wasn't just broken. For them, it was a dead end. Okay, so we've identified the main problems, the main cracks in the bridge. Now for the good part. How do we actually fix them? How do we build a solid, trustworthy bridge that takes someone from a simple Google search all the way to becoming a paying customer? Well, it all comes down to 3 core principles. The first principle is alignment. This is what fixes that whole message mismatch problem. Before alignment, a customer clicks an ad for 15% off, can't find it on your site, and they leave. But with alignment, that 15% off offer is the very first headline they see. It's unmissable. This creates a totally seamless experience that just reassures them, yep, I'm in the right place.
Second is clarity. Look, a customer who needs your service right now doesn't have time to play detective. Without clarity, they're hunting around for your phone number and they just give up. With clarity, your number is big and bold right at the top of the page. Your service and your number have to be impossible to miss. You gotta make it so easy for them to act, they don't even have to think about it. And number three is trust. You have to remember this person has probably never heard of you before. Without any trust signals, your website just feels anonymous and kind of risky. But when you add things like customer reviews, photos of your actual work, or some clear service guarantees, you instantly show them you're a credible professional business. You make them feel like you're a safe and reliable choice. All right, so here's a simple challenge for you, something you can do right now. Go through the exact same process your customers do. Search on Google for your service, find and click on your own ad, and land on your website. Then just be honest with yourself. If you were a stressed out customer in a hurry, is it dead simple to know what to do next? If the answer isn't an immediate, obvious yes, you know exactly where you need to start. So at the end of the day, the solution here isn't buried in some complex Google Ads setting. It's really about empathy. It's about putting yourself in your customer's shoes and just removing every single point of friction and confusion. It's about building a short, strong, and totally straightforward bridge directly to your business. So there you have it, a quick look at why clicks don't always turn into customers. If you found this helpful and you want more practical insights like this to help grow your business, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you'd like an expert to help build that bridge for you, you can always visit us at Proper Marketers. Thanks for watching.